Hello and welcome to my channel Simple Science. In today's class we are going to see chapter 5 Light Energy. This is first part of the video and today we will cover the topic refraction of light. So let us start. What is refraction of light? You all know that when light travels, it travels in a straight line. But what happens when it travels from air to water or air to glass or when it changes its medium? It bends. It bends means it changes its direction. So this change in direction of path of the light ray is called refraction of light. Now we are going to see what is refraction, but before that let us see how it bends when it passes from one medium to another. Let the first medium be air. So light is coming from air to glass. So when a ray of light is incident on the surface of glass, this is incident ray. So what happens? It should travel in a straight path because light travels in a straight path. But what happens? A part of the light is reflected and a part of light is refracted. That means it passes through the medium, passes through glass, but it bends and then it passes or it changes its direction. Now this ray is called refracted ray. This bent ray or the ray which changes its direction when it is passing from air to glass is called refracted ray. And if you draw a normal, it is bending towards the normal. Now, the angle between the incident ray and normal is called angle of incidence I, and the angle between the refracted ray and normal is called the angle of refraction R. If you draw a normal at the second surface, that means when light travels from glass to air, then what happens? Again it bends. And this ray is called emergent ray as it emerges out of the glass. Now in this chapter or in this part we are going to see only about the refraction or the refracted ray. Refraction of light. So what is refraction of light? By definition, refraction is nothing but the change in the direction of path of the light ray when it travels from one medium to another medium. Now, what is the reason for this change in direction? The reason is speed of light. Yes, speed of light is different in different medium. Light travels with different speed. You can say light travels with different speed in different medium. You know that the speed of light in air is 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. But is it same for all the mediums? No. In glass, the speed of light is 2 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. So it is different. And in water, the speed of light is 2.25 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. So due to this change in speed, due to this difference in speed, it changes its direction. So this is the cause of refraction. Change in direction of path of the light ray is refraction. Why it happens? Because the speed of light is different in different medium. Now a few terms related to refraction of light. Take a glass slab. This is a glass block. Okay. Now we are going to see the terms related to refraction of light. So one medium is air and the other medium is glass. This is a glass, the other medium is air. Now first term is what is interface. Because we will be going through these terms. We will be very often we will be calling out these terms. What is interface? Interface is nothing but the surface separating the two medium. Here this pink line, the line which is changing, this is interface. The surface which is separating air and glass is called interface. Incident ray, the ray which strikes the surface or interface. So the ray which is incident on interface is called incident ray. What is refracted ray? Refracted ray is the ray which bends. The incident ray should travel in this direction, but it bends. So this bent ray is called refracted ray. What is point of incidence? It is the point on the interface where the incident ray hits or strikes. This is point of incidence. Then normal. What is normal? The perpendicular line drawn at the point of incidence is called normal. Then what is angle of incidence? Angle of incidence is the angle between the incident ray and normal, denoted by I. What is angle of refraction? Angle of refraction is the angle between the refracted ray and normal, denoted by letter R. And the last one is angle of deviation. Angle of deviation is the angle by which the incident ray is getting deviated. So that will be the angle between the path of the incident ray and the refracted ray. So by this angle it is getting deviated. So this is angle of deviation. Now refraction of light when it travels from air to water, or air is optically rarer medium and water is optically denser medium. So what happens when a ray of light enters from rarer medium to denser medium? So when light passes from rarer medium to denser medium, this is the direction of the path of the light ray, but it bends. Where does it bend? It bends towards the normal. Yes, the refracted ray is going towards the normal from its actual path. So when light travels from rarer to denser medium, it bends towards the normal. Now what happens when light travels from denser medium to rarer medium? Here the denser medium is water. So when it travels from water to air, in which direction it will bend? Where it will bend? So when light travels from denser medium to rarer medium, it bends away from the normal. So the refracted ray bends away from the normal. Now characteristics of refraction. What are the characteristics of refraction of light? Now first characteristic, you know that when light is incident on a glass surface or when it is traveling from air to glass, this should be the path of the light ray, but it bends. Where does it bend? It bends towards the normal as it is going from air to glass or rarer to denser medium. So when light ray passes from from rarer to denser medium, it bends towards the normal. This is first characteristic. And the angle of incidence I is greater than angle of refraction R. So this is angle of incidence I, which is greater than angle of refraction R. Second characteristic is when light travels from denser medium to rarer medium, you know that it bends away from the normal. So when light travels from denser to rarer medium, it bends away from the normal. And angle of incidence I, this is the refracted ray. Angle of incidence I is less than angle of refraction R. Okay. So when light travels from denser to rarer, the angle of refraction is more. Angle of incidence is less. Okay. The third characteristic of refraction is condition when light does not bend on refraction. That means it is passing from air to glass but without bending. Without bending means undeviated. It passes undeviated. And when does this happen? This happens when it is incident normal to the surface. That means it is passing along the normal. Okay, when it is passing along the normal or when it is incident normal to the surface, the angle between the incident ray and normal is 0 because they are coinciding. So angle between the incident ray and normal, that means angle of incidence I is equal to 0. What is the value of angle of refraction R? That is also equal to 0. So when light is incident normal to the surface, or you can say when light is incident at angle 0 degree, then it passes undeviated. And in this condition, I is equal to R, which is equal to 0 degree. Let us see one application of refraction of light. When a coin is placed at the bottom of a beaker, you drop a coin in a beaker. So when a coin is placed in the bottom of the beaker, it appears to be raised. How does it happen? If you take two rays from the coin, to locate the image, you need minimum of two rays. So when you take two rays from the coin, when it passes from water to air, denser to rarer medium, it will bend away from the normal. But for an observer, it appears to be coming from, because light travels in a straight path, so it appears to be coming from this point. So that is why the coin appears to be raised. There's one more example, apparent bending of stick or pencil. So when you take a beaker and immerse a pencil or a stick, partially immerse it, not completely, partially immerse it, it appears to be bent, you might have noticed. How does it happen? Now again we will locate the tip of the pencil. So take two rays from the tip of the pencil. When the rays come out from water to air, they will bend away from the normal. Okay, but for an observer, it appears to be coming from this point. So the tip appears to be at this point. So the pencil appears to be bent. So this is all for this video. In the next video, we will see the second part of light energy, and we will see the refractive index. What is refractive index? What are the laws of refraction and the refraction through the glass slab? We'll see in the next video. Thank you. Take care.